Stace. ISH 1, 2, 3, 4. So we divide by 45, so we end up with 39.56 items per person. Please don't round this to a whole number because it's a measurement. Okay, mean is a measurement, so we state it as a decimal. Okay, there you go, 3 marks for that. So give yourselves a mark. Today I'm not going to argue with you too much. It was mainly to get you to review it, right? Next. You get 1 mark for arranging. So if you have this in exactly the same way as I have it here, you get 1 mark. You find your mean. Arithmetic mean is just add everything up divided by the number of values you're adding. So that's 26.8 views. Okay, we're talking views here. On average. C, determine the median number of views. What does this number tell us? So the median is 19.5 views. As this is an even number of data points, I've determined that my median is somewhere between these 2 values. So make sure you add them before you divide by 2, so that's 19.5. What does it tell us? Half of the time there are fewer, half of the time there are more than 19.5 views. That's what we're saying there. Is there a mode? Yes, 14 and 17. Right? There's a mode right here. There's a mode right there. Easy to see when it's arranged. So you get 1 mark if you've identified that correctly. 2 marks for the median. 1 mark for calculating it and 1 mark for the explanation. Just take off half a mark for this whole question if you miss the views, right? Like if you don't have units attached to it. So they're very particular, like whatever context is around it, make sure you add views, the units that belong. Are there any outliers? Yes, 79. You can tell 79 is a significant jump. So there's only 1 outlier here, technically. Okay, so 1 mark for that. Calculate the trimmed mean. I'm just going to warn you. Sometimes the question tells you find the trimmed mean by removing the highest and the lowest number. Sometimes they do say that. In this case, since we remove the outlier, that's what trim mean wants to do. It's on the upper end. You just go on the lower end. You know what? It's usually take off the highest and the lowest. Like that's just how it goes. So I take my 268 that I had before, and I just subtract the 79 and the 14, right? The numbers I've removed. And I'm down to 8. That's important that you don't keep it at 10. We're actually completely ignoring them. And so you get 21.88 views if you do this correctly. So 11 for this page. Back side. Yep. You took away an extra 14. Get 1 out of 2 still. Because you have an 8 at the bottom. But you have this 8 here. 1 out of 2. Back side. So again, mad, right? So you multiply across, I give you 1 mark for that. If I see that you've added your answers, you get another mark for that. In this case, you had to divide by 100 because you identified percentages and one of them adds up to 100, right? So you're guaranteed having to divide by 100. So this is your average mark here, 55.34%. Emma's average mark. Okay, so 3 marks there. Always remember, this is where it's going to backfire. The province may not give you a table. So sometimes you might have to make your own table. They like tables for a weighted mean. They do, and they have said it, that they like tables for this kind. It's organized. Next, this is a backwards question. So you still complete the same steps. We multiply all across, right? But now it's 15x. We don't know what that is. So basically, forget about the hundreds first. Basically, you add up, right? You try to add up everything up except for the 15x. You cannot combine those two. It's over 100. So then we multiply both sides by 100. That gives us 6,000 over 4784.15, like that. Then we need to subtract the 4784. And last but not least, we divide both sides by 15. Okay? That's the last step. So Emma needs to score 81% on that final, on the second final, to get that average of 60. Okay, next. Is it possible? Yes, it is, since it's less than 100% that is required. Okay, so it is possible. Is it reasonable? That's another question for a different time. Okay, but it is possible. So 7 marks for this page. 7. So add it up, 7 and 11. Slurpee time. Right? Oh, 18. Okay. That's it.